Revival is here. This is it. We don't wait for revival around these parts. We are it. We are it. We are it. This is the time and the season to move out as end time revivalists, as people that will be used in extraordinary ways to help God usher in his end time revival to prepare the world for the return of Jesus Christ. Revival is right now. Revival is right here. I didn't expect to come on camera today to talk about this, but time is of the essence. We have to redeem a lot of time here because we've wasted a lot of time. We've played around too long. We've ignored the obvious signs for too long. We've become too complacent. We've let our countries, our communities spiral downhill, and it's time we take some responsibility. So revival is definitely here. In fact, I kind of knew years ago that revival is here. That's why I called myself an end time revivalist upwards of maybe 10 years ago. And when I did that, because I was actually a coach consultant, I was a business person, I was a motivational speaker and some other things at the time. But when I made that name change or that name addition to my titles on LinkedIn and all these other social networks, or just as I talked to people randomly and I told them that in part I'm an end time revivalist, they questioned me. Many people said, you know what, you'll lose a lot of people like that. Don't call yourself an end time revivalist. This is stupid. I can't work with you because you call yourself that title, whatever. I didn't change my title. 10 years ago, I came up with it. And then immediately after that, by the grace of God, as many of you may know, or as you may know, I'm talking specifically to you, I created the Revive movement to revive the nations. Knew about that. I knew the whole thing about revival. I had it in my spirit. See, I got that in secret with God. So when people question me, oh, what are you doing with your name? And why are you doing this movement and this, that, and the third? I knew where I was going with it. So we are prominently positioned to be very relevant in this revival. You know, we as in my company, but we as in us, if you are a revivalist, if you are an end time revivalist or a revival minded person, we are in prime position. So revival is now. I'm not going to go out there and wait on anybody to revive for me. I don't need a yes sir and that a boy Dave, you can do it. I don't care what anybody says about me or whether or not I get motivation or encouragement from them. They're not my motivation. Respectfully, I say that. He's my motivation. He's the one I do this for, and unto his people to serve them. So I take responsibility for my part. I go out there and I sacrifice my resources, my time, my money, my connections, my gifts, my anointing to revive the nations. You see, because this whole revive the nations is not something that's going to really happen by itself. It's just not just going to automatically happen. We as a people who are development minded or improvement minded, we have to go out there and we have to do something. We have to improve our spirituality, our state, with God. We have to get in right standing with him. We have to build up things that need to be built up and tear down things that are ungodly or need to be torn down. We have to recommit to proper worship and praise and adoration of God, love of God, fear of God. We have to revive our relationships, our marriages, our businesses, our families, our households, our health, our economy, our communities. There are a lot of ways to revive our nations, right? So I'm asking you, what are you doing to revive the nations? Not saying you aren't doing anything. You may be doing many things, but if you're not doing anything, my question is, what are you doing to revive the nations? Are you empowering people? Are you putting out new businesses? Are you encouraging someone in God? Are you growing your faith? Are you taking the bull by the horn and saying, you know what? I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to put out this community program because, people that don't have food to eat, They need this community program to feed them. I'm not going to wait for the government or anybody else to do anything. I'm going to be a stand-up citizen myself. I'm going to do my part to revive whatever nation you're in, whatever community you're in, whatever city you're in, whatever industry you're in, whatever business you're in. Are you being the light? Are you being the example? Or are you just someone that's waiting for somebody else to be the example? Because you know what? There are a lot of waiters out there, and they don't work in restaurants. You know, the people that just sit on the fence and just wait for somebody else to emerge. Why are we waiting? We don't have time to wait. I don't have time to wait. I take my days and my hours and my minutes seriously. Do you have time to wait? Do you have time to wait for a higher level of success? Do you have time to wait to get your spirit right with God? Do you have a time to wait to get in that relationship you're supposed to have? Do you have time to wait to forgive people? Do you have time to wait to ignore your health? I have no time, because I do this thing called maximize each moment. I want to maximize each moment in life. I want to enjoy that steak. I want to enjoy my feet in the grass. I want to go out there and enjoy the beach. I want to go out there and enjoy my conversations with people. I maximize it. So if I'm talking to somebody for 5 minutes, that's a powerful, dynamic, interesting, deep, funny, entertaining, tear-jerking conversation. I do all of that in one conversation. Make them laugh, make them cry, intrigue them, inspire them, receive from them, learn from them. You know why? Because I like to redeem the time that was wasted not having powerful conversations. I like to make the most out of each contact. I like to really extract every morsel of goodness out of life. So when I go back to what I said a second ago, enjoying that steak, yeah, I enjoy it. I don't just rush through things. I really enjoy everything, you know, and I make sure that I extract that enjoyment of life out of every single moment. So my seconds matter, my days matter, the conversations I have with people matter, the people that I go out with or have lunch with or do business with matters, the people that I pour out into or receive from matter. Everything matters, because I'm redeeming the time. I'm reviving the nations, even as I'm reviving my life. I'm encouraging people, and I'm taking life serious while I'm making the most of it, because I want to live life and live it more abundantly. So, if you're not currently reviving wherever it is that you are, or wherever it is that you go, you should be doing something. It's not just about making money. It's not just about being successful. It's about the social responsibility of giving back. That's a part of the reason why you're successful, or will be, because God wants you to be a good steward and a faithful servant that would listen to his direction and help him with his work on earth. So enjoy life fully, but find time to revive things. This whole revive movement, everything that I do with regard to coaching or funding, consulting, or empowerment, inspiration, being an author, being a publisher, anything like that, underwrites my movement. And I call it the people movement, because it's about the people. It's about God too, above all, but it's about the people, lifting people up, building the communities for people's sake, beautifying the countries for people's sake, influencing art and entertainment and fashion for people's sake. I want to revive the nations. I want beautification to occur. I want creativity to emerge. I want powerful relationships with God to take center place. I want people to be healthy, wealthy, wise. I want incomes to skyrocket. I want businesses to prosper. I revive the nation. So I'm a philanthropist at heart. I'm a businessman as well. I'm a motivator. I'm a innovator. I like to create things. I'm artsy. Everybody knows I like to write. Since I was young, I used to like to draw. I used to like to write. I used to like music and dancing and all that stuff when I was younger. So I want to revive. I want to revive the arts. I want to revive everything. So that's what my movement is about. Thought I'd share that because I thought that you or somebody out there might be becoming a little too complacent with life. What are you doing to revive your part? What are you doing to revive your family? To lift up your husband or your wife or your children or your mother or your father? If I didn't say that already, your brother, your sister. What are you doing to revive things? You see, when we come together as end time revivalists, specifically for the purpose of helping God build up his people in his kingdom and to prepare the way for Jesus' return, when we do that, we're going to see the world change in a lot of good ways. The good part of the world, the dark part of the world, I think will continue to spiral downhill, but the good part, like God's faithful people, God's good people, will continue to flourish, and we'll see the world improve in a lot of great ways. We'll see all these beautiful things happening on earth. So what we need is a spirit of unity and not a spirit of division. How can we come together as black people, white people, brown people, yellow people, men, women, children, and say we're one people and we have one enemy? Even the devil, he wants to kill all of us. So nobody's better. The rich is not better. The poor is not better. The brown is not better. The white is not better. If you're living in the city, you're not better than someone that lives in the country or the county or in a rural area. Nobody's better, because you know what? We are all fair game to the devil. He wants us all. He wants to kill, steal, and destroy us all. Steal from us all. So, look, find God first and foremost. Find out what it is that he wants you to do to be a revivalist right where you are. Make people laugh. If you're a comedian, go out there and do it with all your heart. Make people laugh, because we need cheer. If you're a dancer, go out there and dance with all your might. If you're a community activist, do all you can to improve the communities and relationships in communities. If you're a philanthropist, do all you can to give to good, godly, profitable movements that bless people, these altruistic types of drives and so forth that bless people. Give back to them if you have the money to do so. If you have the work, like the time available, give back to a worthy cause, or give of your talents to help somebody else, to bless somebody, to coach or consult somebody. We got to revive America. We got to revive the nations, because Jesus really is coming back. It's not a game. And we got to get serious, not just for the sake of improving the world in terms of the earth. We want to improve our spiritual standing with God. We want to be in right standing so that we can all see him face to face and be taken up in his kingdom, in heaven with him one day, and not in hell with the devil. So let's get there together, both in heaven, and let's get there in terms of a beautiful, wonderful life on earth, because we want life and life abundantly. But we don't want to lose our soul in getting life. So stay up, stay positive, keep reviving. This is the people movement. We're about people. We're about people building. Okay, so if you want to support this movement, sow into our movement or buy one of our products or services, knowing that a percentage of all of our proceeds are going to grow our movement and to build up people and to revive these nations. You can visit my website at revive-movement.com. You can also check my links out at linktr.ee/DNVM, the number 22. linktr.ee/DNVM22. It'll give you all my links on social media, my websites, my book, State of the Kingdom Address, my LinkedIn group, the Empowerment Zone. All my links there. Everywhere that I have a link at, you'll find it on Linktree. If you need funding for business, come talk to me. Shoot me an email, finance@revive-movement.com. We can get funding well into the millions for any project if it makes sense and it looks like a good investment for our investors. Reach out to me. I'm doing a lot of different things. Stay tuned. stay up, stay empowered, and one up in everything we do, because we can't just stay complacent. We need to do more. This is David. I'm out. See you next time. Peace.